The lawsuit alleging the Guam Department of Education Superintendent Dr. Kenneth Swanson and all 8 members of the Guam Education Board of failing to provide adequate public education for 2 minor GDOE students with disabilities will have another day in court. Judge Dana Gutierrez denying the motion for temporary injunction filed by the attorney representing the case, Daniel Summerfleck, during a hearing Friday.
She didn't see the imminency of immediate damage, I believe was one of her reasons.
However, Gutierrez granting an order to show cause.
It's basically the same thing as a temporary injunction, but with a lot more detail to it. And what it's seeking basically is that they comply with the Adequate Education Act and that they provide a plan as to how they're going to comply. And that then gives us a roadmap that we can then proceed forward with.
Summerfleck now has an opportunity to present an entire case during a full hearing on September 15th.
Mostly it's preparation for me to try and get as much information as possible, but it requires of the parents to be alert what's going on at their schools. All the schools now have opened. And those conditions are what these children are dealing with. For example, I'm told that Agata Johnson has rows of porta potties. I know that they don't have a working sewer system as of the end of last school year. Do I know what's happening as of today if there's been some miraculous event where they fix their sewer system so the toilets will flush at Agata Johnson? I don't know that.
The lawsuit filed early this month encompasses the experiences of 2 individual GDOE students at Agata Johnston and Ocean View Middle Schools. It alleges that a 13-year-old Agata Johnston Middle School child with autism and apraxia did not receive her education from a certified teacher on 64 occasions, and that a 12-year-old Ocean View Middle Schooler with cerebral palsy and asthma allegedly experienced respiratory issues after repeated exposure to the campus, found to have mold during a public health inspection.
The staffing patterns for both Ocean View and Agata Johnson we're reviewing closely. We're looking at what teachers are there and what students may have, quote, temporary teachers or uncertified teachers. What concerns me the most is where a class has a school aide, not a one-to-one aide who's got some specialized training, but a school aide teaching classes.
And as for whether or not the court will expand the case to include other students at Guam DOE schools in similar situations.
I understand that at Agata Johnston specifically, they're short 12 teachers, 12 certified teachers. And then also just DL Perez, allegedly there were rats that were just caught today at the school. And the schools are now open. So are these, examples or pieces of evidence that you can include in your case?
Those would be things that we would look at. It's my goal to, obviously, as I've argued it to the court, to say that to provide one group of students an adequate education and exclude the other group of students makes no sense. One is meeting the mandates of our government, the other is not, and that's okay. So that's one area that is still open for litigation.
Summerfleck says despite the changes in public law, under the Adequate Education Act, a safe school is a safe school, and a sanitary school is a sanitary school. Adding new public laws puts responsibility back on the GDOE superintendent to certify schools are safe and sanitary. Meantime, he says as this case has gone forward, the proper documents have been served electronically and in person.